Hi there. I just wanted to welcome you to our conversation today. My name is Sarah Hunt and I'm a member of the public programs team here at SIY, and I'm joined today by Guenther Panke, who is one of our certified teachers, and he's been certified with us since 2014. And we're going to be chatting with him today a lot about how he has created a really successful SIY teaching journey. So thank you so much, Guenther, for joining us. It's such a pleasure to have you here. I feel like you're one of the real pioneers at SIY in terms of teachers, and so it's just such a pleasure to be able to kind of hear from your wisdom and learn from you.
Thank you for inviting me, Sarah.
So Guenther, I want to offer a little bit of context to some of the teachers who may be watching today so that they can understand, sort of the things that you've done and how you kind of started your journey. So I'd love to learn, particularly when you first certified in 2014, can you tell us more about what that was like for you, and particularly because you were the first teacher in Germany, what was it like to build that marketplace really from scratch?
It was, to be honestly, difficult because when I was joining the program, I thought everybody would know Search Inside Yourself in Germany because of Google, because of the book. The book came out in German also around this time. And before I started with Search Inside Yourself, I also started becoming a teacher for MBSR, Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction, from John Kabat-Zinn. And I actually joined this program because I wanted to develop my own program for businesses. So when I got this book from Mang, I got it actually from one of the teachers who teach MBSR, because he also has is a publisher for books about mindfulness in Germany. He sent it to me and I was totally excited because that was really what I was looking for. So I didn't need to create an own program, I already had it. So learning it in 14, it was like, I just told you, we were only 25 people. I was the only German. And the curriculum was, sure, like it is still in English. So I had to translate everything, the curriculum and the slides and the whole program in German, because I wanted to deliver it in German and I needed to deliver it in German, because in Germany, they really don't, very rarely you have companies or public programs where they join only for English. So when I finished with the program, I had to be honestly saying that it was like a total wrong judgment. I mean, the German market didn't know anything about Search Inside, didn't know anything about Mang. So it was like, if I talked to anybody, it was like, well, never heard about it. At the same time, I also talked to Mark at this time. He was the CEO, Mark Lesser, and I asked him if I can use this name, Search Inside Yourself, as a company name, Search Inside Yourself Germany. But it was, he didn't say no, but it would have been difficult because of all the legal stuff. So it took too much time for me. So I created my own name and I called it Mindful Leadership Institute. And it's still Mindful Leadership Institute. Everything what's in it, in a way, in the beginning was like Search Inside Yourself. I offered with the Mindful Leadership Institute, Search Inside Yourself. Afterwards, a few years later, 3 or 4 years down the line, I have to say, it's just the right thing I did. I didn't call it Search Inside Yourself in Germany, because the Mindful Leadership Institute is a much broader way to come to us. And the next thing was, in the beginning, I thought it would be just for Search Inside Yourself teachers. But then I thought about it and said, no, let's open it up also for business people, for neuroscience people, for medical doctors who everybody who has to do with mindful leadership in a way. So now if you look at our website, you will see there's Britta Hölzel on it, for instance, a neuroscientist. So it became like a pool of people who work with mindful leadership. And that's something I only can really suggest to people, that they shouldn't fix it on one name. They should maybe find, if they create a company, they should use a broader name. They shouldn't just not only use Search Inside Yourself. So that was really helpful, because what happened then in the next stage was, I really promoted Search Inside with the Mindful Leadership Institute. I went to really every conference which had to do with IT, with new science, with whatever, where I could get in, and I was giving small workshops, like 1.5 hours. So the first ones I went to was like, it's an IT conference, a really new one here in Germany. It's called Year of the Goat. He changes everything every year, the name, Year of the Goat, Year of the what else is there? Year of the, I don't know what he calls it right now. Year of the X, he calls it, and every day he gives it a new name. And anyway, it's a coming together of, in the beginning, it was about 400 or 500 people, really IT specialists, a lot of CEOs of new startups, but also of distinguished companies, like also Siemens and Daimler came there, like the IT people from there. And I was able to deliver to all these people these short workshops, about 1.5 hours. It's like, we have now the 60 and 90 minutes, the keynotes. So at this time we didn't have them, so I made my own up, but it's similar like that. And I also brought people in, like Britta Hölzel, for instance, and she did a little bit then about the neuroscience, because she's really popular and well known in Germany. Or Monira Latrache, for instance, from Google. I think the first one I did, for instance, with her, because everybody knew Google, and so she also was doing this program at Google, so it was really good for the people to see that.
And
so,
I'm interested specifically for some of the teachers who may not yet have made their first sale. Can you bring me to the moment when you were doing those 1.5 hour workshops, and how you might have then been able to translate that into a business opportunity?
Right. Well, the idea is, I'm a salesperson myself. My job is actually, I'm a real estate. I have a real estate business. So selling is always part of my work. So I was I knew how to sell. So the first thing was for me, the first step was to get all to the business people I knew. So I did the two, we needed to record 2 of the teachings in the beginning. And so I invited just all the business people I knew and friends of mine, and they got it for free. Sure, it was at this time, it was like a test. And they were the first people who recommended me to other people. That was really helpful. So in the beginning, just to do free workshops, for instance, or for friends, for business people invite them and give them a workshop or even a 2-day program, because they were the best people to sell it for me, to be honest. They came back and said, well, talk to this person, talk to this company. And the next step was this bigger events, this IT events. And at the first event, a person came up to me and said, I was really excited what he just did. I'm the CEO of a big IT company here. Big in Germany means 400-600 people. And he said, I want to invite you to come to my company and do the Search Inside Yourself program there. Was the first program actually I got out of this big IT convention in a way. And sure, and then you start I posted the names of the companies on my website, and so like now, if you look at it, you have like Volkswagen on it, you have like Mercedes-Benz on it, you have like lots of three banks, like big banks, Commerzbank in Germany, Commerzbank. So, and I guess it really helped because other banks were looking at it, for instance, and they said, well, if he did like a workshop there, maybe he can do a workshop, or maybe we invite him. It seems to be good. He should give a short presentation. So that's like how you can do the first sales. You have to make it public. Now, at least in Germany, I would say it's anyway easier because now the name is out. Search Inside Yourself is very well known through SAP, for instance. And that's another thing. Whenever you have the opportunity, I did a lot of I did a lot of talks to newspapers. Like they interviewed me, for instance, at this convents. Like there was a Mind conference here in Germany, and they called me up and said, you are one of the teachers there or one of the speakers. Can you do an interview with us? So I used every possibility or every situation it came to me, I used to make it public. And so I explained about Search Inside Yourself. And so they wrote about it, or they said it on TV, wherever. So it really turned the wheel. So people heard about and were knowing about Search Inside Yourself. So,
and can you tell us, were there any moments in that journey where you faced sort of challenges that you needed to overcome in order to kind of, particularly because you were building the market in such an early stage?
Well, the biggest challenge in the beginning was it wasn't well known. So it was like you needed to explain to people that it's not MBSR, for instance, not mindful-based stress reduction. It's really a program for developing emotional intelligence skills through mindfulness. And it's really based on neuroscience. I mean, it was really important to take it out of this new age and spiritual or guru-like thing in a way, and also to take it away from this part where it was known, MBSR is known, that it's good for your health. A lot of people come because they have problems already. They have physical or psychological problems already. And my approach was, and that's what I told them, no, it's not like that. You really learn to be a better leader. You learn to be a better person, first of all for yourself, but also then you become a better leader. You become a better team leader. You become a better CEO. You really can use the skills and it will be really helpful for you. So that was in the beginning, I guess, a big challenge to overcome, that Search Inside Yourself is really a leadership program. It's not another health program where you get calmer and you get happier. No, it's really a program where you learn skills to be better as a leader.
And just finally, I'm interested to know if you could talk to our certified teachers now, having been through that entire journey and built the market and translated all of the materials. Is there anything that you would offer them as a piece of advice?
My advice would be, whenever you have a chance, go there, take any invitations, and also look at it, what's around in your area, what companies are in your area, what administrations are in your area. Like I also started really early. I got invitations through the government here in Stuttgart, for instance. And they invited me to talk about mindfulness, not about mindful leadership, about mindfulness. And so I talked with them about mindfulness, but then I always offered them at the end, there's also a program like a leadership program where we actually teach leaders mindfulness and you can develop skills really. So I always used every possibility to really, wherever I could go, I would take these invitations. It takes time. It's for free. You can charge them for this, but I always used it really for advertising Search Inside Yourself. So any possibility you have, that's my advice. Use it to make this public, and to give them a taste, I really give them practical situations where they can learn, like small 3-minute programs where they actually can experience for themselves that it works. And also, that's the other thing, is use all your friends, all your business connections. Invite them and do a workshop for them. They will be your best multipliers for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Guenther. I really appreciate hearing that. I can, just listening to you talk now, I can definitely hear the salesman in you. I can those skills are really evident. So thank you so much for sharing those with us today. And I hope for those of you that are watching, I really hope that what we've shared and what we've discussed can be of benefit as you begin your journey as a certified teacher. So thank you for watching.